Today, I'm going to be showing you how to mod this F91W. We're going to be taking the case off, the back of the case off. We're going to be taking the module out, and then we're going to be replacing the back of the screen with an image that we created. So let me walk you through. First, we've got some tools. We've got a screwdriver with a Phillips 000 precision head. That's going to help with these 4 tiny little screws here. Next up, we've got tweezers. You'll need these for a couple of things, but they help with getting the seal off and help getting the module and whatnot out. Finally, we've got a scalpel with a fresh, sharp blade, and that's going to help us peel the reflective backing off of the module. Let's get started. So first up, we've got these 4 little screws. Make sure that you have a container to place them in because they're very easy to lose. I've done it a number of times, and yeah, it's just they can go flying and then you lose them and you'll never be able to find them once they're on the floor. So we're going to unscrew all of these. I like to just do it all at the same time and leave them in, and then once they are out, we can take them out. And then we've got the back plate. And then this is the F91 module. Here we have the gasket or the seal. That's what keeps it waterproof, so we can just pull that right off. You can use, to get the module out, you can either use your tweezers. I've honestly found that using my hands work just as well. So you just get your nail kind of on the side there, and it's going to pull right out. So we're going to put the case away. This is what the module looks like. So it consists of the screen, this metal part that holds the battery on, and then the PCB board underneath of it. So to get the battery housing off, we need to get a flathead screwdriver under these 4 clips. So we're going to replace that. And we can see here that there's these 4 clips kind of going around. So you just place your screwdriver underneath it and then twist and push. And all 4 should pop out really easily. Twist, push. Often once you get to the 3rd one, the 4th will just come free, sometimes not. So you just twist and push. So this is the housing that holds the battery on. We have the battery and the PCB, and this will just lift off. So that's the PCB and the battery holder. And then here we have the screen. And important to note, there's this little piece of, it feels almost like rubber. This is what actually makes contact between the battery and the screen and actually powers the screen on. So make sure that you don't lose this. It's very important, and just be gentle with it. So this is the module, or this is the LCD screen. To get the screen off of this, there's a little clip right here at the bottom. And if you can see here on the back, right here, if you just pull down on that, the screen will pop right out. So we have that now. This is a reflector. So it's shiny on one side, dull on the other. This is what actually helps reflect kind of the light across it. This is the LCD. To know which side is on the front, so there's a mirror side on the back, but we're going to be taking that mirror side off. Once that mirror side is off, it's really hard to tell which side is forward and backwards. So you can tell by these 3 little dots right here. The 3 little dots are going to be on the left side when it's facing you. So once we've removed this, I'll show you, but the 3 dots go on the left side. So to replace the picture, to do a background picture, we need to remove this silver coating. And to do that, we are going to use an X-Acto knife. So there's a few different layers here. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up, but we're just trying to get underneath the topmost layer. So we can use the tip of the scalpel, and you can see you're kind of just gently prying it up. You're just trying to get underneath kind of all of the way. And then once you started doing it, once you get through the start, you'll get to a point where you can kind of just use your fingers. So you can see, you can start to see it kind of lifting up. And then once you get to that part, you can often just use your fingers and pry off the rest. Need a little bit of force, but just comes off. So this is just kind of a adhesive backed screen. Now you can see without it, it's both sides look the same. So that's where you're going to be looking at you're going to be looking for the little dots. Once you got that off, I just like to take a little glasses case and just wipe it off and clean it off. So for this one, I'm doing a Gengar mod. So it's one of my Pokemon mods. So we're just gonna cut this out. Now, one of the things I found is the back of this case is exactly 21 mil wide by 11 mil high. You want to print off something that is roughly that size. So looking at the case again, you put the backing in on the top. To put everything back together, you're going to put the new backing on the top. You're going to put the screen with the dots on the left side, kind of in here. You're going to squeeze it in. And then you're just going to pull the mechanism that held it in. You're going to pull that back. And that's what holds the case in. Flipping it over, we want to reinsert this like rubber band thing. We just put it back in like that. Next up, we've got the module, the LCD module. And so you can see here, there's that, the set of the metal right there. That's what actually touches against the band and powers the screen. So this just fits over, there's a bunch of nuts. And then to put the battery casing back on, we're just doing what we did in reverse, where we're going to be clipping all of these little tabs, and we can just press down and you can hear it click. And we just do all 4 of those. Sometimes after doing it, the screen won't come back on. So you just take a paper clip or anything metal and you put it in this hole, like so. And then you just touch it to the side and that resets it. So now that we've got our background in, we've got the watch working again, we're going to reinstall it. First thing we want to do whenever putting a watch back together is just to blow air, make sure everything is clean. We want to get all of the dust out. Next up, we're going to make sure, so these buttons can all get pushed in. We just want to make sure that they're all pushed out. That will actually prevent the module from going back in properly. So we're going to put it back in. As we put it back in, we just need to push on these metal bits, these metal tabs, and that's what actually cause the buttons to connect in. And it allows it to sit properly. After that, we put the rubber gasket back in. Make sure that it is seated properly. We put the case back on. So again, making sure that it's sitting properly. And then we're gonna re-screw in all of the screws. I like to do it in an X pattern. I just find that that gives me time to make sure that everything is seated properly. There we go. Once everything's on, we've got a Gengar watch ready to go. And that is how you add an image to the back of a Casio F91W.